It's all about people, baby. The best manipulators work their victims proactively. Are you tired of being used and abused, ending up on a losing team? Well, today we're going to use their weapon against them. Welcome to the new session of the How to Get Your Will Through. Manipulating is an art per se, so listen carefully.
Number 1. They constantly make you prove yourself. They never respect your boundaries and always ask for your love and attention. They are usually impatient, demanding, and selfish. You often overextend yourself because you fear upsetting or letting them down. They never let you off the hook and guilt trip you into doing things for them, even if it's inconvenient for your schedule.
Why respect others' boundaries when you have to push your own agenda, making them to dance to your flute by terrorizing them emotionally and threatening to leave? Make sure that the victim is dependent on you. In that way, you will get extra service without any additional charge, if you know what I mean.
2. They communicate passive-aggressively. Manipulators are rarely ever direct with their sly and cunning behavior. They prefer to communicate passive-aggressively and won't hesitate to talk about you behind your back. This protects their good guy or good girl image. If they also turn to a middleman to communicate for them, this shows they are afraid to confront you personally. Manipulators desire control, which means they have a hard time facing their fears, because it means letting go.
This is the best thing with being passive-aggressive, because it's up to interpretation how they perceive and see the situation, and you have always a scapegoat in your arsenal. Whenever the situation becomes dangerous and alarming to your own image, you can always throw in grenades, leave the place, and make the smoke screen behind you to cover your escape. Being passive-aggressive works wonders through text, because there are no ways to see your emotional reaction to the situation, letting you to keep your face straight in most dire moments.
3. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a manipulative technique that makes you feel like you can't rely on your own memory anymore. When someone gaslights you, they will pretend like they didn't say something that hurt you in the past. They will often twist the truth and reinvent it, which makes you question your sanity. Gaslighting isn't just manipulative, it's a form of serious abuse that is dangerous.
Think about this. If there are just only two people who have experienced a certain situation, there's no way to prove who is right and who is wrong. It's words against words, baby, and the jury is out on this one. Stand your ground and plan ahead. Build up your lies 5 steps into the future. Do not break at any circumstances. You will carry this one to your grave. When you gaslight effectively, you make your victim your ally, and there's nothing better than that.
4. They're always just joking. It might seem harmless at first, but manipulators can take their jokes too far that end up hurting you. When you stand up for yourself and confront them about it, they will try to brush it off and tell you that you're being too sensitive. Manipulators won't mind embarrassing you in public either. This gives them an audience, and they're experts at getting others to laugh at you with their jokes. When you tell them to cut it out, they'll tell you that you're either making a scene or being a party pooper.
This is very prevalent in social media, especially TikTok, when people do some crazy shit, manipulating their viewers and then brushing it off in comments saying that it's a joke, just be able to take a joke, even emphasizing in their bio that they're here just for shits and giggles, which is what? Manipulation. But as avid learners of manipulative tactics, those small tricks won't pass by us. As a future master manipulator, you won't be doing those rookie mistakes. Be subtle with every step you take. And when you're vague, ambiguous in your communication, nobody will be able to tell which side of the fence are you standing on. Are you the good guy or are you the bad guy? It's up to them to interpret.
5. They play the victim card. When the two of you fight, manipulators will always make you feel like it's your fault. They try to play the innocent victim who is badly hurt by your words and actions. Manipulators are experts at looking like helpless small creatures. They never believe they've done anything wrong. As a result, you find yourself apologizing all the time because they avoid taking responsibility for their own mistakes.
Victimhood is a card that has been played so much, so many times, that by now it's like beating a dead horse. It's so common that nobody will buy your lies at this point. But in circumstances when the person has emotional connection with you, then the victimhood card will play just fine. It's all about attachment. And when you're attached to something, you're afraid to lose it. You care too much. You want to keep it. Playing a victim for public that doesn't have any connection with you won't suffice as of now, as there are far more people who want to blame others instead of taking care of themselves.
6. They kill you with kindness. Manipulators will try to be the nice guy or nice girl and do favors for you that make you feel pressured to return them. On the surface, they will buy you gifts or give you compliments. But then, the next time you guys hang out, they might hint at wanting an expensive watch that's out of their budget. In reality, they were only kind to you because they had other motives.
I would modify this approach. I would make them feel good every time we meet. Grant them experience, gifts, words of endearment without any reminder of some kind of debt. It's just natural that if a person starts to like you, they will automatically feel in debt for every act of kindness that you have showed to them. And don't try to hint on small things. You are here to win big. Make your good deeds to stack up. And when the time is right, you will demand a huge one.
7. They make your problems feel small. Manipulators always want the spotlight. If you ever complain about a bad day you're having or all the difficult situations you're going through, they will play the comparison game and minimize them by talking about their problems. For instance, if you complain about a sunburn you got, they might talk about the aches and pains they got from exercising. Manipulators do everything they can to get the attention they want, even if it means buying your pity.
I would say that this is a form of narcissism, and it wouldn't work with people who are self-aware so much. Because as you talk about yourself, your own problems, they will realize that you don't care about them, rather want to shift the focus on your living situation, which will scare the person off. And that is not the way to manipulate others. Remember, your goal is to gain something from that interaction. And to do that, you have to make them feel good about themselves. It's all about people, baby. The best manipulators work their victims proactively, not trying to gain something in the moment, but plan into the future.
8. They emphasize their calm, cool, and collected side. If you express your anger and frustrations openly, manipulators might keep calm just to make you feel like you're overreacting. This technique makes them feel superior over you because they know you look like you're being dramatic while they stay cool and detached. They will be dismissive of your emotions and often refuse to talk to you until you've sorted your feelings out.
That's more like being stoic, which is something that you have to cultivate more if you want to be a great manipulator, being someone who has control over his own emotions. Of course, you can let them out in the right moment, but for the most part, you have to constrain your momentary discomfort to keep the control over the situation. You want people to rely on you, to count on you, and you do that by showing stability. Stability in yourself, your own character, and showing to them that you have your shit together.
9. They use emotional blackmail. If they tell you that they will die or harm themselves if you leave or break up with them, then they are trying to gain control by threatening to hurt themselves. This leaves you in a highly uncomfortable and unfair position where you feel obligated to stay against your own will. Not only is this toxic, but it risks their own health on the line. It's best to contact the police before things get out of hand.
This one is a child's play. I wouldn't recommend to do that. It only causes drama and pushes people further from you. You want people to come to you, to gravitate towards you, so that you can manipulate them more effectively. I had a friend who told me a story about being jealous of a guy she was dating. One evening when they were out and partying, she saw him flirt with other girls. In the moment of rage, she left, took a cab to her own place, and upon arriving, she cut herself in the ankle, took a picture of it, and sent to the guy. Of course, the guy rushed back to her place, but at the end, it didn't change his feelings towards her. It just leaves a bad taste and confirms others' suspicion about you being a psychopath. A big no-no.
10. They take advantage of your trusting and sensitive nature. Manipulators often target insecure, sensitive, and overly trusting individuals. If you're usually told by others that you're too nice or tend to wear your heart on your sleeve, take precaution and keep your vulnerability at bay. Manipulators are skillful at spotting people pleasers who often put their needs on hold to take care of others first. Initially, it might seem like they care about you when they give you attention, but later down the road, they'll start to use you for their own benefits. It's their subtle way of luring you into their trap, so watch out.
Of course, the best prey is the weakest prey. It's like being a lion and watching out for the weakest, usually for old ones or the young ones, inexperienced. You want to gain most of your interaction for the least amount of effort. And for that, yet again, you have to know people. You have to know how to manipulate them, what they're driven by, what makes them tick. All in all, you don't have to learn all of these strategics one by one. You will understand how people function by improving yourself, understanding yourself, and learning about the human psychology in general. Manipulators or other mischieving people won't even come close to you because you are the master of them all. More videos on the same topic. Leave suggestions in the commentary section. But for now, Hossein out.